Hi BookTube, it's Missy, and today I'm here to share with you guys my most anticipated reads, recap, rewrap, and update for March 2015. I'm very excited. There's only 7 books on this list and I've read the majority of them, so this will be a very quick video. I am still working the kinks out on how to edit this video and what you guys like and how you want me to change it. I take into account your guys's feedback and comments down below. I've had one person comment that they didn't like my original way of doing the video, and so I tried to change it and make a new way, and I had one comment on how they didn't like the way I've changed it. So I don't know what to do. I will, you know, maybe I'll try something new in this video, maybe I won't, maybe I'll just stick to the original. Not every video series is going to be for everyone, and you don't have to watch every video I create. I, of course, appreciate the views and the thumbs up and the comments because I, want to know if I'm doing okay on my channel and what I need to fix. But at the same time, I can't please everybody, so if the majority of people don't have a problem with what I am doing on my channel, I'm just going to continue with the way I do things. I have a very old editing software. It has no whistles and bells to it. I mean, the only thing that I was concerned about was being able to put a picture in picture, and with that I can only do one at a time. One picture, one text at once. It's not one of those fancy editing software where I can have all these different things going off at the same time, which I would love. And maybe it's better if you have a Mac to do that kind of stuff because the PC doesn't have very good editing software for a decent price. If you know an editing software that's just amazing, that's not hundreds of dollars, let me know down below and maybe I will purchase it and test it out. So let's get on with the video. The first book, and all of the pictures will be here. The first book that I want to talk about is called The Dead I Know by Scott Gardner. Now, I read this book pretty much right away when it first came out. I gave it 3.5 stars. It's a YA, and it's about a boy named Aaron who has a mom with dementia. They live in a trailer park, and he suffers from sleepwalking. He's very depressed. He sleepwalks all the time, and a lot of the time he ends up at the beach, which is miles away. I don't know how he gets there without getting hurt. He's also working out what he wants to do with his life because he's, I want to say he's almost 18. He's not going to school, I don't think. Maybe he is. I can't remember. I read this book in 2015. But anyways, he decides to get an internship, or at least watch a funeral director and learn the process of doing that, and the man is taking him under his wing, and then he starts having these memories that happened when he was little, these bad memories, and he lets his boss and his boss's daughter know all about it. It's a very sad story. It's like a dark contemporary. Again, I gave it 3.5 stars. It was good. I never purchased it. I just borrowed it from the library. I don't think I would ever buy it or read it again, but if you like dark contemporary and you're interested in this book in general, try it out. It's not bad. It's not bad. The next book I want to talk about is Mosquito Land by David Arnold. This is his debut novel. It is a YA contemporary. I never read contemporary, but this one sounded so cute. It's about a girl named Mim. She's in 7th grade, 8th grade. Maybe she's a little bit older. I can't remember how old she is. But anyways, her parents are separated. She lives down in Mississippi with her dad and her new stepmom, and she doesn't like her stepmom. And she's upset at the whole situation of having to move. She's originally from Ohio, I think, or somewhere up there. And one day she overhears her stepmom and her dad speaking to the principal, but she walks in at the wrong time and catches something that has been misinterpreted. So she hears something and thinks something and it's not what she thinks, but of course she's a teen, or I mean anybody I guess could do this, but she gets the wrong idea, goes home, you know, packs up a bag, takes some money, and then heads off on a Greyhound bus to go back and live with her mom. She doesn't know the whole reason why her parents divorced, but she's got, you know, she's got little kid brain. She's just running on emotions here. She wants to get back to her mom. She hates her dad. She's just miserable. And along the way on the Greyhound, she meets all these incredible people, which, you know, change her life in some way. I really love the end pages because it does express all the different places that she goes to and the people that she meets. And the very ending is so heartwarming. I absolutely loved it. It made me cry. Yeah, it's just, and what I really like about this book is, let me see, is there a good, she writes to someone. You don't know who she's writing to, but she's writing to someone throughout the book, and at the end you're just like, it's so sweet. I really liked it. I do own David Arnold's newest book. I haven't gotten to it yet because I don't pick up YA contemporary very often, but I really enjoyed his writing. So if you've been on the fence about Mosquito Land, definitely pick it up. It's very good. The next book I have on my list is called Charisma by Janine Ryan. I really like this cover because it's pink and it has bunnies on it. Basically, what this is the main character is very shy, and she wants to, you know, make friends, but she's such an introvert. And so one day she learns about these pills that you can take that will give you charisma, that'll make you more popular, all these things. But what she doesn't know is the side effect is really bad, and I don't remember what the side effect is, which is, I guess, a good thing, because you want to go into most of your books blind. That way you get the full experience and you're not biased. But I think just she gets bad luck or something bad and terrible happens. But it sounded so fascinating to take a pill to be better at something, and would you take a pill if you wanted to be smarter or more charismatic or I don't know, popular? I don't know. I definitely wouldn't. I am happy with who I am. But yeah, this does sound interesting. It is pretty, it's not too thick. It's like a 400-page book. Oh, 376. Not too bad. I know Amanda in PA read this and said it was okay. But I'm still looking forward to reading it. So there's that one. Alright, the next book I read, here's a picture. It is called Bone Gap. I gave this one 5 stars as well. This is by Laura Ruby. Now, if you like magical realism, and you'll definitely like this book. It's about a boy who I believe has autism, or at least, what's it called? Asperger's. It doesn't say anything about him having that in the book, but people have always made fun of him growing up. He was always a little bit slower, or in his own mind, or in his own world. And he has an older brother who left for the military, I think. And then his parents passed, and the brother had to come back and raise him. Or maybe his mom just took off. I can't remember. It's a sad story about the two brothers. But this girl comes into town, and the older brother falls in love with her, and she lives with them for a time, and then one day she disappears. The whole town doesn't know what happened. They kind of have a blame game going, like either the little brother made her disappear, or the older brother pushed her away, or something happened. But the little brother, the one that may or may not have autism, he wants to figure out what happened. And he does have a friend, a girl that's just a friend, that has something to do with her face that people also kind of make fun of her. I will leave what I think she has here in, in letters. I can't pronounce the name of it. But her mom is a beekeeper, and she helps her mom raise bees. And it kind of, people call her a bee, like she looks like a bee. Again, I'll leave the name here that I think she has. Again, it doesn't say it in the book. But overall, wow, this is awful. Overall, I really, really enjoyed it. Magical realism, 2 boys, 2 girls. What happens and what does the town think? Small town life kind of stinks in most books. I don't know how it is in real life, but in most books, all the town people know who you are. So if you've been teased since kindergarten, you're going to continue to be teased about the same things all through high school until you're an adult, because nobody forgets, because you know everyone. So they have to deal with that, which is, you know, kind of sad. The next book I have here is called The Cemetery Boys. I absolutely hated this book. It's by Heather Brewer. I gave it 2 stars. This book is about a boy who, again, another small town. The boy has to move in with the grandma, his father's mom, because his mother is in a mental hospital and the dad is having trouble, you know, with money. So they move in with the grandma in this small town. The boy has all these promises to his mom, like he won't drink, he won't do this, he won't do that. And he hates his mom for what she did to the family. Like, that's so sad. You can't blame someone for having a mental health problem. Like, she doesn't want it. So he blames his mom for ruining his life. And then he blames his dad for ruining his life, for making him move in with his grandma. And then he blames his grandma for being such a terrible person because she has rules and she's strict. It's her house. You abide by her rules. So this boy decides he's going to be friends with the worst kids in this small town, like the bullies of this town. And these bullies hang out at a cemetery and they get drunk pretty much every night. And the boy decides, even though he's promised his mom he'll never drink, that he's going to become a drunk with these boys just because he's bored, and kind of get back at his dad for being a jerk, for bringing him here because his mom has a mental health issue. Like, all of this makes me angry. Now, in the prologue of the book, there is a monster that you read about. And it's like a snippet of the end. So you're really anticipating this monster. Then you read the entire book and you get to the end and there's no monster. Okay? I was just so upset at the whole situation because you pretty much get told at the beginning what the book is about and how it's going to end. And then you get to the end and you're furious because this boy's a jerk and he has no respect for anybody, and he's so selfish and just emotionally just immature, and I can't stand it. And then the ending is terrible. I ranted about this years ago and I can't rant anymore. I didn't like this book and I gave it 2 stars because the author tried. I just didn't like it. All right. The next book I want to talk about, and another book I'm really interested in reading, is called What Waits in the Woods by Kieran Scott. And it's a thriller horror mystery about 4 friends on a camping trip. If you know any books that have to do with camping trips and it going bad, I'm very interested. Let me know down below. I love reading about camping trips. The last one I read was The Ritual by Adam Novell. That one was really good and creepy. Because I go camping all the time, it makes me scared. I want to read more books about camping. So this is why I want to read it. Horror, thriller, mystery, camping trip. 4 kids, they go off, something bad happens, they meet this stranger, he's got alternative motives, that's the word, ulterior motives. I can't wait. All right, and then the very last book that I want to talk about is called Immortal Remains by Rook Hastings. This is book 2 in the Nearly Departed duology. I read both of them last year. I've already given both of these books away to a friend here on BookTube. I gave it 3 stars. It was okay. It's about a bunch of kids who go to a girl's house because she says it's haunted, and then they realize that there are such things as ghosts, and they try to figure out a way to save the girl. And then in the second book, which is Immortal Remains, they find out that the girl didn't need saving, and then they're trying to figure out how to save their town from this ghost invasion. Again, it was very, I don't know, I would have loved it when I first started reading paranormal YA, but since I've read so many in the past and to the present, this book was just okay. Like I said, 3 stars, average, definitely. I'm happy I read them, but they're not something I would reread, and that's why I gave them away. All right, so those are all 7 books that I was interested in reading in March of 2015. Have you read any of these books? What did you think about them? Let me know down below. And then, of course, I will figure out how I want to edit this video. Maybe I'll just put star ratings. I don't know. Why I do these videos is because I like going over the books that I've read in the past to let you guys know about books that I've read previously to get you interested in older books, and also to see which ones I need to continue to pick up because I was interested in them back then, and I want to know if I'm still interested in them. Alright, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon.